Hi everyone, this is Brian, the Nerdporeal Lifeform. So this is going to be part 2 of my playthrough of the ROM hack Super Mario World Return to Dinosaur Land. This is not the original Super Mario World. It's got all the same assets, same music, and even this same graphics, but this is not the same game. This is designed to be a little bit more challenging. Usually the alternate levels are usually optional in Super Mario World. In this case, sometimes they're not, and you need them to progress further. So, without further ado, let's keep going. So there's red levels. Red levels basically means that there's more than one exit. So I want to see if I found all of them, and I'm going to do that soon. I'm going to do that like right now. I go back to the first area and see what I haven't done. So this area doesn't have any alternate exits. This is pretty linear, pretty straightforward. So yeah, if you come on, don't feel free to chat or say something. That way I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. So okay. Looks like I got these. What's up, Ray Storman? How you doing? Yo, right back to you. Yeah, I just came on, so this was like, oh, might as well, instead of wasting my time watching TV and stuff, figure out, play this, do something fun for a change. Oh, thank you. I mean, it took me a couple weeks to do. It took me about probably a little bit under a week to write it. Then it took me all day just to record all that. And then I spent this whole week, whenever I could, between working second shift and to make the time to complete it. So I left earlier than I usually do on Fridays, so I just basically, got the rest of it done. I'm kind of tired and want to take a little break, so I'm doing this. Like a Saturday thing for me. I generally come on Saturdays and stuff. I still have a lot to learn about streaming though. Right now I'm just using Streamlabs, and I'm just like using the game capture to capture this SNES 9X emulator. So I'm gonna try and see if there's another exit here. If I don't find anything within maybe like 5 to 10 minutes, I'm gonna move on to the next red level, and then I'm gonna move forward. So, or just keep going forward. So I just finished. Last week I finished World 5. So I got 2 more regular worlds, and I forget, because I played this once before. I forget if there is a Star World and a Special World. I'm assuming there is. I'll be honest, playing this was a challenge, but it was a lot of fun. Whoever designed this did a really good job. Like, they understood, like, Mario, like, pretty well. Yes. Yeah, this is not Super Mario World. This is Super Mario World Return to Dinosaur Land. This is probably the best and most well-known of the ROM hacks. Yeah, I got into this once I bought my Super NES Mini and started, you know, I didn't even know what a ROM hack was. That just tells you how far behind I am, you know. Like, I mean, I'm just learning how to make videos just now, so, whereas, you know, your standard 6-year-old, 7-, 8-year-old knows how to, you know, make and edit a video. You can see some odd choices, like right here, for instance, Nintendo would never do something. They would very seldom do something like this where they would have a block in, like that. Unless it was Mario Maker and someone else made it. Or maybe not even Lost Levels had anything like that. Lost Levels was about as troll as Nintendo ever got. I might be wrong, but I can't think of anything. I can't think of any game more troll than that. I only played, you like Pokemon ROM hacks? Like the original generation Game Boy ones, or... I know there's a lot of Pokemon games. I only played, Blue. Played Blue. My brother had Blue. My brother took my Game Boy, and he had Blue. So I played that, and then he got Yellow, so I played Yellow, and realized it was the same game, but with different, you know, creatures, different Pokemon. Oops. Yeah, if you're on and you're watching, feel free to say something. I mean, I won't, you know, try to be as nice as I can. But if you talk to me, I will definitely talk to you. I know some YouTubers, well, you know, you'll talk to them, you say hello, and they won't say anything back. I mean, not everybody's like that, but since I'm relatively new and only a few of you guys on here, say something. You know, if you need someone to talk to, I'm right here. Yeah, I know that. Just me saying that sounds like a red flag. I get it. Lost the appeal. Yeah, Nintendo does make it simple and stuff, but I think it's also they really refine their design so that, like, you know, there's like no mistakes, you know, like, you know, there's no, like, you know, like they probably, I wonder how many times, you know, they played levels and stuff just to root out any potential problems and stuff, you know. There could be a lot of design issues. What's up, Austin? Came back for part 2. Yeah, we ended on a cliffhanger last week. So are you ready for the big conclusion? As the next generation computer always says at the beginning of a part 2 of a Star Trek episode, assuming you've ever seen Star Trek. Every time they show the previous week's clips, you hear Major Barrett's voice saying, "And now the conclusion." Yeah, you guys don't know I'm a big Star Trek fan. Upcoming project I want to do, but I'd have to rewatch all of Next Generation. Well, not all of it, but most of Next Generation, all 177 episodes, to do a layman's guide to Star Trek The Next Generation, kind of similar to my layman's guide to TOS, or the original series. But yeah, Nintendo's they're very passionate about what they do. Like, I mean, they're very, like, Mr. Miyamoto, I say this in my videos, he's very consistent with, like, you know, characters like Link and Mario, you know. Like, he's like Roddenberry when it comes to, he's like Gene Roddenberry, you know, creator of Star Trek. He's like Roddenberry when it comes to, like, Mario and, you know, all of his creations. Like, he knows them back and forth and what they would and wouldn't do. And the way it seems right now with television and movie creators is just they just do whatever the heck they want. They don't think anything through. And then they complain that fans don't like it because fans are just, you know, bad people. Oh shit, it still says part 1? Oh, excuse my language. Oh, I changed that. Oh, there's always something I forget with streaming, forgetting it. Oh, the boomer moment, I don't know what you guys call it. Oh, I can always change that later. Oh good, I didn't lose Yoshi this time. I had to sacrifice Yoshi several times last week. Yeah, I keep coming back. Stop doing that. Whoopsie daisy. You guys have a good day so far? I did, I don't know if you saw my thing, but Austin, but I did a, Link to the Past, retrospective, and I released it, like, really early this morning, so I don't know if you saw it, but, if you didn't, check it out. And leave a like and comment, of course, because, you know, I'm obligated to say that as a YouTuber. Get people to watch stuff. Just been connecting with a lot more people on Twitter. I'm just saying, hey, what's up, you know. I see you have link in your description, so every time, and it's always when I stream that they play they shoot fireworks. It's not even the 4th of July, what the heck? Yeah, I'm not gonna even bother with that level. Yeah, next week I'm going to try doing this simultaneously on Twitch. I have to learn how to use, I have to learn how to do Twitch. I want to learn how to get set up where I can see chats and stuff, because right now I'm looking at my phone. That's how I know what you guys are saying, is because I'm looking, I have my phone out right next to my computer. So I'm doing this, I only have a single laptop that I'm doing this from. My laptop is on my dresser, so... Alright, this is the next level. Yeah, I'm behind on a lot of stuff too. There's all this talk about the new He-Man that Kevin Smith did. I just watched the first episode of it, and I'm just like... The first episode seems okay, but, I mean, it's like all the recipes of your typical bait and switch type of thing, where they show something that fans really want, and then they, you know, take it away, they're like, hey, gotcha. And we'll replace it with something that's a little more mediocre and stuff. One thing I've noticed is that, like, I don't know if this is... And I lost Yoshi. Son of a gun. They really like to... I mean, they really, like, the way they write stuff, they really praise all the female characters in the show, and then they basically, you know, mock or not berate, but demean the male character. Like they're fools or something. I mean... It's fun. It can be funny sometimes, but it just has to work both ways, you know, because I think it's been done to death, in my opinion. I mean, you can be funny, but, you know, I don't like... Who wants to... I mean, you don't want to see people get demeaned, or characters get demeaned all the time, especially if they're a particular, you know, sex. Because it just gets old. biggest opponent to, you know, demeaning other people was Mr. Rogers. I mean, he says this in several, you know, interviews that people have done with him. And he's probably the most, I mean, for a guy who was a Methodist minister and, you know, music major, I mean, he was pretty progressive even back then. Everybody knows that episode where, you know, he invites a police officer of a particular, you know, different, you know, race, you know, to you know, cool his feet in the pool, or cool his feet in the little pool with him. Now I thought that was a very important moment. I think that was like late 70s, early 80s and stuff, but, you know, I mean, you want to watch a true progressive thing, watch true Star Trek. I know I'm playing Mario and I'm talking about Star Trek, so if I'm boring, you let me know. So, the thing that everybody's talking about, like Tila, because I only watched the first episode, so I saw that whole, you know, her, you know, her rebuke, or her basically, you know, yelling at the king and stuff. I mean, if I didn't hear that, I mean, what I would have took that as was basically, like, the king did not know that Adam did not know that Adam was He-Man. It was only his mom that knew it, which kind of took me by surprise, because I'm not even familiar with He-Man, so I don't know the lore and stuff as well. But then, you know, the king, out of, you know, they wrote it like, you know, I mean, he's, you know, and people, here's the thing though, when you lose somebody, how they showed the king react, saying, you know, basically, you know, thrashing at that one, I forgot that guy's, the big guy, the older guy, the Tila's father, saying, you know, you're not welcome here and stuff. I mean, that's a real reaction to, you know, losing a loved one. People get angry. That's the one thing that Game of Thrones, you know, season 6 with the acting got right. I mean, I know because, I mean, I've been through it, and I kind of know how it is. People get mad. It's not just, you know, people get sad, but they also, it's a mixed emotional bag. It's a mixed bag. So, and she got pissed that the king was yelling, you know, threatening to execute him if he ever came back to stuff. So I kind of get where she's coming from, because she's trying to defend her dad, but at the same time, I also get why people are pissed, because she's like, oh, I don't know, you all a bunch of liars. I'm like, I wouldn't go that far. You have to be a little bit more... One thing characters lack nowadays is empathy. I don't know if it's just, you know, a reflection of how people are now, but, I mean, there's a lot of people that have a lot of empathy and are pretty positive, so I don't know where this is coming from. I mean, a lot of women are very empathetic. I mean, they're not demeaning all the time. If they were demeaning all the time, nobody would get married. Now I'm kind of feel like I'm on a rant. I normally don't rant. I generally like to chill. Hi, Pacific. How was your thing? I'm sorry I didn't make your He-Man thing. I did watch the first episode. I'm not familiar with He-Man. I only saw Master of the Universe, starring Dolph Lundgren, or starring Ivan Drago and Tom Paris. Because that was the one thing I did recognize, was that Tom Paris, Robert Duncan McNeil, is in the movie. And he's like 30. I think in that movie he's like, yeah, he plays like a high schooler. But then again, I think he was in his early 20s. So you can get away with that. You're in your early 20s and play high school. I mean, in the 80s, people were like 35 and playing teenagers. I mean, all you had to do was have a full head of hair, you know, no gray, you know, be, you know, generally in good shape. That's it. Hi, Luke Bowman. How you doing? I think I met you on Mr. I forgot his name. I can't think of his name. Zelda guy. I keep forgetting his name. Mr. Triforce, not Triforce, but yeah, I sound embarrassing right now. But did you check out? I just released a Link to the Past retrospective. So my plan is, I do plan to replay all the Zelda games, and that includes Breath of the Wild. I'm actually going to try and, you know, I was initially so disappointed with Breath of the Wild because of, you know, the way they, you know, formatted and stuff, you know, they took out a lot of things. I'm going to replay it because, I mean, the one thing I do understand is that they made it non-linear so that you can replay it easily. And it would be very different experience. So that I do get. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that eventually. So I only played it on Wii U, so I'll have to get a Switch version. I got rid of most of my Wii U games because of, you know, Switch literally released everything, ported everything from Wii U on the Switch. Alright, so I need a key. There's the keyhole, so I need a key. Yeah, and yeah, Austin, I agree. I mean, if you continually do stuff, no one's gonna take anything seriously. I mean, I don't even take Hollywood seriously right now. That's just, I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, verisimilitude that Robert Meyer Burnett always talks about, very important. Very important to enjoying something. And nerdy people are a little more hyper aware. So I need the P block, because the P block, if I remember correctly, the P block, the key is out of frame. It's being held up by like a block. So I have to bring this back down here, press the P block, and then the key will fall. I think it falls here. I think. If not, then I'm gonna have to... Yep, I was right. So yeah, I think I already said in this game you have to get the secrets for some of these levels, because if you don't, you're not gonna progress. You're just simply gonna go in a circle. There was one time that happened in the original Super Mario World. This is a ROM. For those of you coming in, this is a ROM hack. It's not the original Super Mario World. This was done by someone using all the assets of Super Mario World and the ROM. I mean, I basically took the, I forget what they call the file that has this, and I kind of link it or put it in the same folder with the Super Mario World ROM. And it makes it. I don't remember. It's been a while since I did this. This was a couple years since I bought the SNES Mini, because that's when I did this. Was when I got the SNES Mini and learned how to, you know, hack into it so I could put more games on it, because there's a lot of empty space in the SNES Mini. And then the file size is really small compared to you know, later games. Like NES games were like 40 kilobytes, and then SNES games are like maybe a megabyte, maybe a couple megabytes. I don't know for sure. So, did you have anyone on the stream, Pacific, or was it just you talking? Yeah, I've had a lot of plumbing problems today, so... By the way, I put a link in my description for this video. I got the link from my Discord, so if you want to join me on Discord, I'm still learning how to use Discord, so I don't have much up now. I'll have to add something that allows you to promote your stuff. And I gotta get Yoshi before I lose him. I like this Yoshi, I can fly with him. I just need a Koopa shell to, fly with him. What's up, Jeremy Swiggs? How you doing? This release. What, this game? This is a ROM hack, so no. I mean, somebody probably made a physical copy of this game illegally. No, not supposed to do that. Why didn't I could leave? Maybe this isn't a real level. Now that I think about it, this might not be a real level. might be another top secret area level, type level. Where there was only one in Mario World. Sadukar. How you doing, Sadukar? Mark who? Cyborg? Really? Well, I mean, I appreciate you being here. I mean, Mark and X-Ray are really fun. They're really good people. If you haven't subscribed to them, go subscribe to them. Mark is military. He's a real life cyborg, and he's a big anime and video game guy. I mean, he played. I just caught him. He was playing Metal Gear Solid Revengeance. I don't know why I keep coming here. Which I haven't beaten. I've played what do you call it? I played all the main Metal Gear Solid games. Like 1, 2, Metal Gear 1 and 2, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, Phantom Pain, which is an incomplete game in my opinion. But yeah, I didn't play, I just watched, to catch up on the story of the prequel era of Metal Gear, I just watched the cutscenes for Peace Walker and Horrible Ops. Yeah, today we had plumbing problems. Yeah, I'm living in a place with one bathroom, and the bathroom kind of broke. We've been waiting all day for the plumber to show up. So, until the plumber came, I couldn't eat anything. Well, it gave me time to just, like, watch my video and rewatch my video because I'm just that petty. It seems like people like it, so, I mean... There's still a lot of... there's a lot of things I need to improve on. I'm watching, like, you know, bigger channels, like, video game channels, like, you know, you have Gaming Historian, which I think is brilliant. Gaming Historian actually gets more views than he has subscribers, which is impressive. He's a good one. NES Complex is a really good channel. Geek Critique is another one. Liam Triforce does retrospectives. King K does retrospectives. They're all good channels. I don't know how they could block it. I mean, somebody just made it and kind of just like, you know, it's on the internet, so... I mean, there's so many ROM hacks out there, like, you know, this is one of many. I have more Super Mario ROM hacks. The only thing is, this ROM hack in particular is exactly like Super Mario World. It uses all the exact assets. Same sprites, same backgrounds, everything. I mean, I don't think they added anything. Some Super Mario hacks have, like, you know, Mario is a different looking sprite. Like, they changed the sprites a little bit. And they also, they've changed this, yeah, I mean, they changed Mario, and they've changed, like, Koopa Troopas and stuff. And they would play music from other franchises, like, I'll hear, like, Final Fantasy stuff, Chrono Trigger stuff, other, you know, big Super Nintendo, you know, franchises. I was just talking about the He-Man thing, I just only watched the first episode, and I gotta get going. Just watched the first episode, and it's looked pretty cool. You had Mark Hamill as Skeletor, and you had your, you know, obligatory female character who is, you know, always praised and, you know, always, you know, like, you know, said how good they are. Like in this case, it was her father, but her father is her father, so you can kind of understand that. But then there was that infamous moment that everybody's talking about when she gets mad at the King and Queen who just lost, you know, Adam, you know, He-Man. And the way I saw it was the King got really angry because when excuse me, when people lose somebody, people not only, you know, cry and stuff, but they get angry too. Like they felt like it shouldn't have happened. I know, because I've been there. But going back, that one character says I'm sorry. That the guy, the older guy, the dad, Mila's dad or something. He basically apologizes to the king because the king didn't know that his son was He-Man. And the king's like, "You're banished. You know, come back, we'll execute you and stuff." And then Tila does what Tila does, and admonishes the king, and they just kind of stop what they're doing to listen to her. And I'll also say this: kings don't do that. If you speak to a king in a particular way in any society, you will get banned. You could lose stuff. If you watch Game of Thrones, you can lose your tongue and stuff. It didn't matter whether you were a female or what. So, but I get why she got mad, but then she went into that whole tirade about them being liars and stuff, and I was just like, oh, give it up. That's, like, her getting mad initially, saying, you have a lot of nerve saying that to my father who's, served you. That I can get. But going on saying they're all liars and stuff, just, you don't look good when you do that. I'll just say that. I didn't write a script for this, so if I sound awkward, it's because I'm trying to think of things to say. I'm one of those guys that, like, I didn't say much growing up as a kid. I didn't talk much. Usually either I was shy or I used to get a lot of shit from people. So I used to be self-conscious. I guess I still am kind of a little bit. But I mean, I've gotten better, it's nice. One thing about getting older is you give less of a shit about what people think and stuff, especially if you're a guy. I don't think women ever get over that. Yeah, today was a cheat day for me. I had Lou Malnati's Pizza, 'cause I live in Chicago and stuff. So we have the best pizza and hot dogs and stuff out here. There's this one hot dog place called Gene and Jude's, which is in the suburbs, west suburbs of Chicago. And if you ask them for ketchup, they'll say, "You want ketchup? Go to McDonald's." Because there's a McDonald's right over there, so they'll literally tell you to leave if you ask for ketchup on a hot dog. Ah, crap. Yoshi, we didn't lose Yoshi in vain, at least. Yeah, I mean, like, if you go to, like, a thing, if you go to like a event and stuff, where there's gonna be a lot of people there. I mean, I used to be, I was one of those guys, sit in the corner and stuff. I used to get nervous and stuff, didn't know what to say. Right now, I just try to be as I just generally go up to people and just say hi. I mean, it's that simple. Yeah. Sent SC on ST. What's that? I don't know what that is. You're gonna have to enlighten me. Sadukar? Mate? I forget, you say you're from the UK, Sadukar, or are you from a different part of the world? Yeah, I mean, it's the same with, I mean, You watch Power Rangers, you watch all those, you know, Batman, you know, there's a good reason why you don't reveal your identity. Not that I think He-Man is really hard to, you know, figure out, but then again, it's a cartoon. It's a kid's cartoon. I can believe that. What's up, Hunted Knight? How you doing? Good to see you. Are you still being hunted? I just like to, you know, make jokes about people's names and stuff because I'm petty. Like, every time I see someone chatting and stuff, you know, and I see a familiar name that I know, like, there's one guy, his name on some streams is, on streams is Guts, the Black Swordsman. I'm like, "Hail, struggler, how you doing?" You know, for the Black Swordsman, a very nice guy. He always says hello. He always says hello to me whenever he sees me. So, it's too bad that story is probably not going to get completed. And it was, I mean, but then again, I mean, Mr. Mira took a lot of. Oh, what is this? I forgot about this. Okay. Oh, okay. Scotland, okay. Cool. You said a super channel subscribe. I don't have a subscribe star. You mean Streamlabs? I have, I don't know if you sent me a super chat or you sent someone else. I'm still learning I'm learning about super chats and stuff too, so I'm wondering what I should do. Oh, I know what to do. Alright. Well, you could call me Brian, you can call me by my name and stuff. Chat, doesn't matter. But yeah, no, I haven't caught it yet. I know everybody's talking about it and stuff. I mean, that's one movie I'm definitely gonna cover. Ooh. Oh no. Haunted Knight, did you see my Link to the Past retrospective? Even with all the crap I give Breath of the Wild, I'm sure if you haven't heard me gripe about it, not the biggest fan of Breath of the Wild initially. I mean, I'm so used to the old system with dungeons. I still hope that, I mean, what I was expecting from Breath of the Wild initially was basically to be an open world, you know, with the new ideas, but I was still expecting, like, you know, big dungeons and stuff. I mean, it's a big world. I mean, they put really large dungeons in there, a lot of stuff to do. I know it's I mean, maybe the world was just too big for them. They had this, you know, stay simple and just do shrines and, you know, and simple puzzles outside, and, you know, I mean, I didn't hate the game. I think it's a beautiful game. I mean, I included a clip of Part 2's when he's running and you see the sky and you see the sky and the horizon and the floating islands and stuff. That's that's a looking shot. Personally, I don't think Breath of the Wild is that good. I mean, it's the first Zelda game that I ever got bored with. I mean, it just, I'm exploring, I'm looking for things, I'm looking for, you know, places of interest, and I'm just not finding anything. I mean, you do find stuff. I mean, the whole mechanic of, you know, having the radar, the sound radar, to find the shrines is actually pretty brilliant. And I mean, the whole non-linear idea makes each playthrough like a new thing. Like you're with 120 different shrines, you can go wherever you want in any order. So like, there's no set way to play the game. That's what people really like about it. It's the freedom. I know I've had talks with a lot of Zelda YouTubers and stuff, and they're not wrong. I mean, I totally get where they're coming from. I'm not going to take away their enjoyment of the game. So, I do wanna, you know, I'm gonna replay the game. And I'm just gonna approach it with a different mindset. Oh, I saw the 1984 Dune. I remember, yeah. I remember sandworms ate the the Baron Harkonnen. There's a lot of like, you know, a lot of homoerotic stuff in that movie. Freaking David Lynch, though. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just kind of creepy. And you have Sting just sitting there. He's just wearing a Speedo and stuff, and I'm just like, oh boy. They have Sting wearing he's wearing nothing but like a Speedo. And then you have Kyle MacLachlan, who plays Paul Atreides, you know, the main character. He's like, how old is Paul? Like, he's 25. His actor's like 25, and Paul Atreides is supposed to be 15 or 16. So, I mean, I think Timothy Chalamet, who's playing him in the new one, could pass off as him. Looks very feminine though, but he can pass off as he does pass off as a he can pass off as a 15-year-old. Jeez. So is that whole thing official, Pacific? The Cleveland baseball team is no longer the Indians, they're the Guardians now? Was that frickin' real? I mean, I can't believe that. Patrick Stewart, yeah, Patrick Stewart. Young pup! He's basically, I think Patrick Stewart's character is Gurney, and Gurney is like his, like, I forget what you call the officer that basically trains the prince to, you know, to fight and stuff. I forget what you call that position. Now I know why this time is so long. But yeah, Patrick Stewart's basically going, young pup! Good to see you, young pup! And then, of course, I think there's, like, Paul Atreides is showing, like, the people on the planet how to, like, hit something. So, I don't know, I have to rewatch it. I have to read the book. I've only read the first 20, 30 pages of the book a while ago. Okay, can't go there. Go down that pipe. I mean, I'm okay with the Haunted Knight's answer to answer what you're saying. I mean, most of the Zelda games, I mean, you do collect things. I mean, Twilight Princess, you had to do that. There's that long fetch quest, and I mean, there were a lot of side quests in Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. I played through them all; they were fine. They didn't feel redundant at all. My issue is like a lot of the shrines feel kind of redundant after a while. They all have the same exact end result. You get a potion or a file that will allow you to either improve your health or your stamina. I kind of preferred, you know, the pieces of heart being scattered, doing different things. Whether you were, you know, playing a mini game, or if it was like on a cliff or on a side of a mountain that you didn't know about, or people generally ignored and stuff. You know, you had incentive to, you know, look through all the, you know, all the angles, all the sides of a particular area, you know. That's kind of how I've always approached like, you know, Metroid and Zelda and stuff and other, you know, exploratory based games. I just felt like there wasn't much of that in Breath of the Wild. Like, I went up to the Coliseum, I was expecting, you know, awesomeness. All I found was a Lionel and some crappy sword. Some crappy, you know, sword that's, you know, run-of-the-mill. Something you get anywhere. And just getting swords in general was just... Getting a sword in Zelda was like a big deal. All those swords that break, I mean, I get the whole idea why people like it. You know, raises the tension, I understand. I mean, I always had so many weapons that the tension never really, you know, I mean, there was only a couple of times where I literally had to run because I didn't have any weapons to fight with, especially in the beginning. I liked the beginning of the game. I liked learning, I liked getting everything. The only thing was, I'd rather collect items and, you know, abilities throughout the game, not just in the beginning and then you just go off and explore with all your things. There's very little incentive to, you know, continue to play, but that's just my opinion. A lot of people don't care. A lot of people prefer, you know, the freedom and just to sandbox your way through it. I get it. I made it. Oh yeah, I never played a PC or MMO game. I didn't read your whole thing. Yeah, I never got into those. I don't know why the music didn't play for the world map. That was weird. So yeah, my next project, I mean, I'm probably gonna... My next project that I promised was Raiders of the Lost Ark, so I'm gonna do Raiders of the Lost Ark next. And I'm probably gonna announce, after that my next movie project, and my next next Star Trek project will be Layman's Guide to TNG, Star Trek TNG. But I think my next movie project's gonna be 2001: A Space Odyssey. That's the one where there's only 20 minutes of dialogue, there's a lot of, you know, very slow, you know, paced scenes because it's Stanley Kubrick. And it's basically, I mean, you think, you know, maybe, you know, we as a species survived all these millennia because we had help from aliens or from some intelligence that we don't understand. Pretty big room. Never know if there's a platform or like a secret pipe or something, or a question block somewhere, and or where if their enemies will show up and try to eat you. But yeah, I did rewatch Raiders of the Lost Ark last week. I'm gonna have to start writing my script for that one. I don't think they respawn. Maybe they do respawn if I don't take the coin. Okay, my time is running out. I have to get down there. Crap. Why did they change the name? Why did they change the name of the team? Was it because people got offended, or people on Twitter got offended? Like they generally do? I mean, I didn't find out until I watched FNT yesterday. Yeah, nice little maze. Alright. Move. I wonder if they... I mean, I live in Chicago, so you have the Blackhawks, so... Redskins have been gone for a while. Yeah, Chiefs and Braves, yeah. Are there any football teams that still have Native American names? I mean, Redskins have been gone. I wonder if they're gonna ever... Do you think they'll get rid of the Padres? You know, because, you know, appropriation maybe? I feel stupid for saying that. And plus, you know... Fatherhood's not no one people are not big fans of fatherhood apparently. I don't know. Yeah, still time. Excuse me, that was me drinking soda for my cheat day. Okay, I didn't really have any red to worry about. I have not encountered the Star World. Maybe there's no Star World in this game. Well, this is gonna be fun. Okay, I can do that. Get there before the water level goes down. Well, this is not gonna be fun. What's up, Hugo? How you doing? Nerdorialia? You can just call me Brian. Not really. Not gonna hide my first name. I do reveal my first name in my first video. Uh-oh. Skull bones and ball and chains. I forgot what those little skull guys are. People need something to be mad about. I think it's part of human nature or something. Weak people, I mean, we've heard this a lot of times, weak people breed hard times, so I think we're seeing, I actually agree with some people, I think we're seeing some of that, so you guys have to be careful with who you deal with now. The only thing is, with the red flags are very easy to spot now. Just look at somebody's social media and you'll know exactly what they are, or who they are. So Hugo, are you lurking, or are you happy to see me? What'd you play today? I haven't checked. I've been busy today. So did you do any streaming? Did you play another wacky NES game that I've never played? Oh, Roy was always a pain in the ass. Use my language. If you're a kid, if you're younger, if you're in the chat and you're too young, you should never swear. Unless another jerk kid swears at you, then you swear at him. Well, yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, people, yeah, you get. Sometimes you just, you know, sometimes you have to unload, and it's a better way to unload than to, you know, yell at your, you know, loved ones and stuff, you know. I mean, life can be tough. I mean, going to work is hard. Dealing with people, everybody wants, you know, best out of you. If you make a mistake, people give you a lot of crap for it, and then you worry about your job and stuff. So you need an outlet. You just need an outlet to, you know, get rid of, to seep all those negative things out, man. I mean, uh-oh. Bowser's coming up. This little thing, that little theme just now kind of creeped me out as a kid, but I was 7, so what did I know? Okay, Bowser Land 1. Oh, Bowser Land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 levels. It's gonna be a nice long world. Oh, okay. Hello, brother and sister of Austin. How you doing? Glad to see you. I'm gonna have to stay rated G now. I didn't even control that. What the heck? Okay, that was weird. I guess it's like castle. Like you don't control Mario, he goes into the castle and then you control him. Oh, thanks, Pacific. Now I feel power. I feel power. Power to take things away from people. I can remove chats if I deem them unhealthy. I can time people out. That's power. Austin, do you think you can handle that power? Should I make you a moderator too? How about you, Jeremy? Should I make you a moderator? Should I try it? I'll try it. It's not gonna be fun. Oh crap. That's my can't stick. Wish me luck. And oh, made it. Made it. Got 3 up. But yeah, anybody who comes on regularly, you know, watches my videos, you know, comes on my streams. Yeah, I'll make you a mod. You can if you have stuff you want to promote, you're more than welcome to promote it. I mean, I guess you could say we're a community, but like communities like to ban people, and you have to, you know, be right about certain things, you know, or people just ban you and stuff. That just fosters, to me, that just fosters, you know, paranoia, to be honest. Like, who wants to be around, you feel like you're walking around, and then, I mean, Gary said this perfectly. You feel like you're walking around eggshells around people, what's the point of being around them? Especially in these fan communities and stuff, where you feel like, oh, if you say the wrong thing, you're gonna get banned. Like, shut up. Shut up about that. We're all individuals, we all have our different opinion. The only thing that I do agree with on people, one thing that you can ban people for is if you say something out of turn, like, you know, call somebody a certain thing, or if you demean somebody, or you call somebody, you know, an ist or an ism. That's an automatic ban for me. I will not stand for any crap like that. I am maxed out. That's a thing about Mario games is that, you know, ever since Mario 3, like, you continually just, there's so many opportunities to get extra lives that you build up so many of them, and then there's so many coins on the process. Original Mario games, Mario 1 and 2, and even the original, you know, Lost Levels, which is basically a harder Super Mario Brothers. There weren't that many coins, and there weren't that many opportunities to get extra lives. In the what do you call it? Yeah, in the first game, like, you know, there was only, like, all the extra lives were hidden. Like, they're all hidden blocks, like, you didn't know where they were. And the ones that I did find, you can only, you know, get those when you came out of a warp zone. Looks fun. I didn't get 30 coins this time. Nope, can't go through there. I wonder if I can go down that pipe. I have the power. Well, I've got the touch too. I've got the touch. I've got the power. That's Stan Bush, Transformers the movie. The 80s movie, the animated movie. It takes place between seasons 2 and 3. Now, I haven't watched all of Transformers. My buddy's a big Transformers guy, so like he had all the seasons on DVD. So I watched. I watched the very first couple episodes. There was an episode where because, you know, they come from Cybertron, and their conflict starts, like, you know, during the dawn of man or something, or during the prehistoric or pre-prehistoric time. So basically what happens is they get into a scuffle between their two ships. There's the Ark, and then there's the I forget what the other one was. There's the Ark was the Autobots, and then I think I forget what the Decepticons ship was, but they fight, and they both crash into a mountain, and then they're basically all comatose for like many millions of years, and they wake up in the year of 1984 and they start their fight again. So, but in between that time, which is the most interesting thing for me, because I grew up in the 90s. I watched Beast Wars, which was done by the same Canadian studio, Mainframe Entertainment, that did Reboot. That's very old 90s CGI. So it's like, you know, if you're born at that time, you'll think it's crap. But to me, I thought it was the freaking awesomest thing ever when I was like 10, when I was 9 or 10 in the mid 90s. So, but Beast Wars takes place. They're basically they're the Maximals and the Predacons, and they are basically descendants of many millennia from the Autobots and Decepticons. And they crash onto Earth. They go through a time portal and they crash into Earth during like the prehistoric era. So that's why they all take, you know, prehistoric, you know, dinosaur forms, saber-toothed tiger or cheetah or a velociraptor and stuff. You know, Dinobot's a velociraptor. Megatron. The Beast Wars has their own Megatron. He sounds like Sean Connery. Yeah. He's basically a purple T-Rex and stuff. And of course, kind of darn it. And Optimus is a gorilla. And then in Beast Wars, he's Optimus Primal. Hey, Brightest Day, how you doing? Agent Decibel, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by my wee little stream. Isn't like who's on Saturdays usually? You have your Yellow Flashes on, and you know all those toxic fans. I'm joking. I don't mean they're toxic. Come on, man. You know the thing. Come on, man. President Biden. Keep making this mistake. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I'll do better, like they say in... Was it Falcon? Do better. Do better, people. I'll be honest, the original He-Man cartoon, I was not even born yet when that came out. That came out in 83. I wasn't born until 84. So, I kind of missed out on He-Man. I didn't know who He-Man was until I saw the movie Ghostbusters 2. Because there's that scene where Ivan Reitman's son's having a birthday party. You know, Jason Reitman, the guy that's directing the new Ghostbusters. His son's having a birthday party, and they're like, why isn't He-Man here? Oh, I made it. They're like, why isn't He-Man here? We wanted He-Man. And instead they got the Ghostbusters. The kids got upset that the Ghostbusters were there. Which is so funny because, who didn't like the Ghostbusters? Every kid liked the Ghostbusters at that time. I guess that was the joke. Oh, I gotta do this crap. I wonder why. Oh, this is gonna be fun. You're gonna watch me refine my Mario veteran playing level. Yes! Okay, Nintendo would never do that with what you see those fuzzy beetles and I gotta get out of there! Oh, good. Good, good, good. Gonna have to slide in there. Got it. Oh, okay. There we go. Excuse my growling. Agent Decibel, this is not the Mario World you grew up with. This is a ROM hack. This is harder. This was designed to be much harder. There we go. I made it. I made it. Oh no, this. I gotta get there. There we go. Help the tension. I hope you guys are feeling the tension with me. If you didn't, then this wouldn't be any fun. Okay, there is a red level. That means there's a second exit. I'm gonna look for that second exit. Oh, it's this level. Roller coaster. The evil lava guys. I hate these bats. Yeah, and he designed it like this so I can't, there's no runway for me to, design that so there's no runway for me to fly. I don't want me to fly. You sneaky bat, you sneaky guy. This is probably the one game that actually didn't have the, da-da-da-da-da-da from every Mario game. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Ah. That was horrible for me to do. Alright. All troops in the Lava Lake region must make sure Mario doesn't find the red switch. Memo from Mr. Bowser himself. think it respawns. Yeah, it respawns. I gotta go underneath this time. I have not watched War for Cybertron. Is that like is that like its own continuity, or is it like related to the original Transformers? I think they've rebooted Transformers so many times. I've been meaning to watch around the same time Clone Wars, the you know, Star Wars Clone Wars was on. There was another series called Transformers Prime that my buddy and I watched. Unicron and all. If you don't know Unicron, he's the main villain of Transformers the movie. He's basically the devil. Oh, crap. Oh, good. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoopsie days. Oh, cool. Green. What that means? Another feather. Yours truly. Key. Awesome. I think I could take... in this game, you can take keys in the pipes. Thing is, Yoshi cannot... The only way Yoshi can hold a key is if he puts it in his mouth, and if he goes through a pipe, he eats it. If he... Yeah, that's basically what happened. That's how the designers designed this. Oh, that was close. Okay. Show in that pipe. Where's the keyhole? Where's the keyhole? Keyhole's be somewhere. It wasn't that pipe. It was in one of those pipes. Oh well. At least this turns into a little extra life. Unicron was misunderstood. Unicron was frickin' Orson Welles. It was his last role before he died. And the director said he was too sick to do the role, but they let him do it because, you know, of his, you know, status says, oh, and I got all of them. I think it's 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. Oh, it's 8? It is 8, yeah. 2 diagonals, 3 horizontal, 3 vertical, yeah. Jeremy did Swigs. Did you watch the whole? Did you watch all of Transformers Prime? I'm wondering if I should. I have not watched it in its entirety. I've only watched an episode whenever I went to my buddy's house back in late 2000s. You know, early after my graduation and stuff, college graduation. Still a big fan of, not too long ago, my same buddy who had all the Transformers stuff, he had the original Cat-AM Sonic series, and I was able to finally watch that show in its entirety. And that's another one of those cases where, you know, it got canceled, like, ABC just didn't want to put the money in anymore, because they had an idea for a 3rd season, where Robotnik was no longer he was not the villain anymore, he would have became the lackey for a more powerful, sinister wizard or magician or something who makes a single appearance in the 2nd season. So we didn't really get to see that, but that was a very good show. I mean, it was the villains. I mean, Robotnik was taken seriously. Sonic was, you know, I mean, Sonic was still Sonic, but he was still, you know. It was Jaleel White. I'm still surprised, you know, they haven't brought back Jaleel White to play Sonic. To me, he's the definitive voice of Sonic. He still sounds young. He's older. He's like in his mid 40s, and he sounds exactly the same as he did when he played Sonic, almost. Like I watched his Family Matters interview and stuff. Oh, I gotta get that. Watch his Family Matters interview and other interviews where they were talking about the Sonic movie and stuff at convention, and he sounds exactly the same. He could easily pull it off. Maybe he's just too expensive. I don't know, he hasn't done... I mean, yeah, I don't know what else he's done. Nowhere to go. Oh well. Where'd I guess? Yeah, Leonard Nimoy as Galvatron. What's his name? Played Rodimus. Guy from Breakfast Club played Rodimus. I forget, Judd Nelson. Eric Idle plays one of the... Eric Idle from Monty Python's in it, I think. Yeah, Nimoy was in the third Transformers live-action movie as, I forget what his character's name was, but he literally quotes Star Trek 2, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. I heard that, and I was the only one in the theater that got that. And I saw this at Navy Pier in downtown Chicago when it came out. What's up, Captain Trek? How you doing? I did discuss some Star Trek, Captain Trek. My one upcoming project I really want to do, and I have to rewatch Next Generation to do, is I want to do a layman's guide to Star Trek: The Next Generation. That's my next. I mean, it's not my next project, but it's my next Star Trek project. TV related. Crap. My next movie related project is Raiders of the Lost Ark, and my next video game project is 40th anniversary of Donkey Kong. There's been so many anniversaries this year. There was Sonic's 30th, and Donkey Kong's 40th. So I played the original NES Donkey Kong Classics, which is basically they ported the two arcade games, the original Donkey Kong, you know, as the original Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. Donkey Kong Jr., if you guys don't know, is a game where Mario's the villain. Mario holds Donkey Kong hostage after the events of Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong Jr. rescues him. Donkey Kong Jr. is pretty good, actually. Jeremy Swigs, you have a point. I'll have to try that. When the going gets tough, give up and run. Okay, that's not true. Kids don't believe that. You never give up. Mr. Winston Churchill, who was, you know, Prime Minister during World War II, says never give up. Never surrender. No? Ah, here it is. Always that secret door. Okay, maybe that wasn't the right secret door. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Alright, where would that secret door be? Could be there. Let's try it. Let's try this, shall we? Oh, I tried. No. Oh yeah, that's right, Galaxy Quest. That movie came out, I think, during season 5 of Voyager. Yeah, that movie came out during season 5 of Voyager, so I was in the height of my Star Trek fandom at that point. Yeah, this is not the door either. Yeah. Really I want to do a layman's guide to all those things. Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise. And how to watch the rest of the TNG films. Actually, what's funny was I think I heard that from Galaxy Quest before I ever learned that Mr. Churchill said that. Fireworks. Apparently something is being celebrated. Ah, here we go. Finally. Something different. Now people are blowing off fireworks in front of people to play jokes on them, and people think they're gunshots. Ah, TikTok. TikTok can be cruel. No, it's not TikTok's fault, it's the people that are putting the stuff on TikTok, but yeah, pretty bad. Alright, let's see what's in here. Oh, son of a gun. Like frickin' Metroid all over again, these stupid secret, Metroid and Zelda 2, you have those secret, you know, fake floors. He, you fell into our trap. Now you will never get out alive. Oh, shut up. I will get out. I never give up. The next room is filled with gas. You only have 100 seconds to escape. Ooh. He didn't know I had the frickin' cape. Oh, you. I want to say something mean right now. Going in their signed path. 9-way paths. Alright. Oh, come on. I made it. Whoopee. Never find a more wretched hive of scum. I thought that was Twitter. So, Agent Decibel, what season do you think was the best Voyager season? I've watched Dave Cullen's take on it. He thinks Season 4 is the best season. And he's close. I think Season 4 is my number 2. I really like Season 5. Season 5 had all those wacky episodes. They had I like that wholesome episode, the one with Naomi Wildman and the holodeck and her and Neelix and stuff. I know people don't like Neelix and her that much, but I liked it. There was the Dark Frontier 2-parter. I don't know what you thought of that. You learn a lot about 7 of 9, you know. Didn't really make, when you think about it now, it didn't really make sense. Like, 7 of 9 is what, I mean, she was a child before Best of Both Worlds. So how would they know about the Borg if Picard himself didn't know about the Borg? I don't know if that was ever explained. I don't think it was explained. Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know how you can make Star Trek boring, but then again, it's really people on Twitter were saying like, oh, it's easy to write Star Trek. Robert Meyer Burnett comes and he's like, no, it's not easy to write Star Trek. Because if it was easy to write Star Trek, you know, people would be writing it all the time. People are writing, you know, stuff that is only Star Trek in name. Like you're watching a typical CW or some dumb, you know, show where, you know, there's no consequences to stuff, and plot points are forgotten for convenience. I prefer your, you know, your action, your epic, you know, you bring things back, like there's consequences and stuff. You bring things back into the fold. And Babylon 5, Deep Space Nine, all those shows did that. Voyager, unfortunately, did not, and it was. I agree with Mr. Cohn again. He basically says it's TNG Light instead of what its premise was supposed to be. It was supposed to be survival on the other side of the galaxy with no support whatsoever, no support system whatsoever. Mario is almost at my castle. All bullet bills attack at first sight. Bowser, you don't have to be so mean about it. One of those. Oh, bullet bills, banzai bills, come on. I'll be honest, I was blown away first seeing the banzai bill on a commercial when I was a kid. Like, this is where Mario's going? I'm like, holy crap. What the heck was that? Again, higher and higher. To run up like Sonic. That does not work on him. Or I wasn't high enough on top of him. It's not. You son of a biscuit and gravy. I catch up to that poor Bill. I ran out of time? How did I run out of time? I was running the whole time. What's up, Bobby Archaic? AB, how you doing? Oh my gosh, Ara, what are you doing here? Now I got problems with the bathroom. We have problems with the bathroom right now. I have to stay home. Yeah, I know. We have problems with the toilet. Plumber's supposed to come pretty soon. What's up, Brian? Hope you guys are having a good time. Son of a gun. I like that album, Wish You Were Here. And the album was named because Pink Floyd, they were working on their album after Dark Side of the Moon. And one thing you don't know about Pink Floyd is that the original founder of Pink Floyd, Syd Barrett, he did a lot of, stuff that rock musicians generally do. And it had an adverse effect on him where he developed schizophrenia and stuff. Paranoid schizophrenia, so he lived like a recluse for several years. They didn't see him. He was no longer with the band. He kind of fell off the radar. And he came to the studio and he looked totally different. He was like bald, he gained weight, and it was a very emotional moment. And that's where the song and the album "Wish You Were Here" kind of comes from. I used to watch a lot of like rock documentaries and stuff. Hasn't interested me a whole lot lately. I haven't listened to a whole lot of general rock. I listen to a lot of soundtracks. I listen to a lot of game music, or if I'm in a rock and roll mood, I'll listen to some Queen, or if I'm in a weird experimental mood, I'll listen to some Pink Floyd. And how am I supposed to beat this? Brian Anderson. Yeah. Shine On. That's also that song, Shine On You Crazy Diamond. Yeah, so anyone that says, Pink Floyd's overrated, they're awesome. Roger Waters told, Mark Zuckerberg he wanted to use this another brick in the wall thing for Facebook or something. Roger Waters told him to, as a good English chap would say, piss off. Well, he probably said the F word, but yeah. This is killing me. I mean, Dead's okay. I mean, I went to Marty's birthday party, and they had it wasn't Dead and Company, but it was like cover band. I listened to all of the songs, and it just felt it was very mellow and stuff that I hear at his house all the time. But it's just it gets repetitive. I mean, that's just my opinion. If you guys like Dead, I mean, they're much better than anything. Much better than anything that comes out now. I'm more of my folks and I are more Beatles people and stuff, and I'm kicking my butt. EDM? Is it like Eurobeat at all or something? Or big thing when I was in college was like techno and Eurobeat and stuff. I really like the lo-fi stuff, just listen to stuff just for this, especially to work towards, I work at a desk, I do engineering stuff, so I work at a desk and stuff. Sometimes I just need to, get rid of all the distractions, people talking, chatting, or in some jobs yelling at each other over, designs or whatnot. Come on, get to the thing, I made it! I did it! Like that moment in the Bond movie Goldfinger where they have the nuclear weapon's about to blow up under Fort Knox, you know, to irradiate the gold, so that Goldfinger's gold will go up in value as a result of the irradiated gold supply in Fort Knox. And they come in, and you think the demolitions people come in from the top of the Fort Knox, and Bond's all the way at the bottom, and you think it's about to blow up, but then the demolitions guy just like literally turns the bomb off. He turns the bomb off. He just twists like a knob and it turns off, and it ends at like 007. If you did that now, everybody would like, people would either laugh or they'd roll their eyes. What's up, Healy Chow? Thanks for coming. Oh, Sadukar, you're back. Yeah, I'd love to visit Scotland. Sadukar. Is it true that there can only be one in Scotland? And the bigger question is Queen music, and is Queen pretty big in Scotland? You know, I'm thinking Queen because obviously, you know, Highlander and stuff. The only thing I know about Scotland is Scotty is supposed to be. If you want a good engineer, he's got to be a Scotsman. At least that's according to James Doohan, who plays Scotty in Star Trek. And of course, I think I don't know if it's the capital. Is it Glasgow's the capital, or is it Edinburgh, or is it neither? American education for you. Whoops. Yeah, see, that's how they design it here. Yeah, I played piano. I took piano lessons when I was a kid. I know how to read music and stuff. I've just been out of practice. Be careful not to jump too high. The ceiling may have spikes. Oh boy, oh boy. Now this designer's a real guy. He's a real boy. Or lady. Gotta be politically correct. No, it's Edinburgh? Okay. Because Scotty's Professor Scott character that he made up in Star Trek 4, you know, the one that gives the guy the transparent aluminum. Oh shit. Or excuse my language. Don't say that word, it's a bad word. But yeah, he's from Edinburgh. It's his fictional Professor Scott. Jeez Louise. I should have heeded that warning. Oh, another thing I know about Scotland, certain YouTuber I'm sure all of us follow, Critical Drinkers, is Scotsman. He got a lot of crap for saying Loki was bad. I've not watched Loki, but based on what I've seen, it's the same type of thing, you know, guys getting demeaned and stuff, and ladies being propped up. I mean, I'm all for that, but you know, it's gotta be a balance, you know. Don't demean the dudes all the time. Queen does rock. They will rock you. And they are the champions, my friend. And they'll keep on fighting till the end. That's all Freddie. That's a Freddie Mercury song. We Will Rock You is a Brian May song. If you don't know who Brian May is, he's the curly-haired guitarist of Queen. And everyone knows Freddie Mercury. But I'll be honest, the best songs came from Freddie Mercury. Don't Stop Me Now, Don't Stop Me Now, Bohemian Rhapsody, Bicycle Race, Killer Queen, Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Brian May did Fat Bottom Girls, he did Save Me, he did We Will Rock You, Flash was Flash. You think Freddie Mercury wrote Flash, but it was actually Brian May that wrote Flash. Because Brian May is a big science fiction fan. He's a physics fellow. He's like a professor. He's got like a professorship at some university or something, and in the UK, I don't know forget which one it is. A lot of people say they liked it for some reason. I don't know if it's because they want to like it. I mean, I wanted to like The Last Jedi when I first saw it, but then there were things I just couldn't wrap my head around. Like, why they made a big deal about revealing that Rey is nobody. I'm like, that doesn't add to the story. Ryan Johnson's explanation in the special features for the movie, because I was, smart enough to buy the Blu-ray, was that he wanted Rey to deal with the hardest thing that she could ever deal with, was being nobody. And I'm like, I don't think that's it. I think that she already dealt with the hardest thing. It was that the folks weren't ever going to come back. That was in The Force Awakens. Force Awakens pissed me off if it wasn't for that reason. I don't know if I ever ranted why I don't like The Force Awakens. I did not like the way they just ended Han Solo like that. You like to wait 30... I mean, I wasn't alive when the OT came out, but do you like to... Like, I can only feel for those that saw the OT when they were kids, or really young, boomers, Gen Xers. See that, and then they see Han Solo, he's an iconic character, fans have loved him for over 30 years, and he gets murdered. His end is he gets murdered. He doesn't fight, he gets murdered by his son. So when I watch the OT, and I see him bumbling around in Return of the Jedi, I'm like, oh, he's gonna get murdered by his son in 30 years. Not that I have anything against... I don't have anything against Adam Driver. I think he's a great actor. But I think they just did that to, do that to replicate a Game of Thrones Red Wedding type shock moments. And they've been doing that a lot lately in other stuff. I mean, they've been doing it in Star Trek, they literally copied in Discovery. They copied Game of Thrones. The Mirror Universe was basically Game of Thrones. The Moon Door, you had the Moon Door, you had say her name moments and stuff. I'm like, and I didn't even notice this when I saw it. It was a Major Grin video that pointed that out. Sorry, I haven't been looking at the chat. I've been either playing or ranting. Oh, crap, I did it again. There we go. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They really like to, like everybody says now, they like to deconstruct everything. I mean, Last Jedi was like the first of many deconstructions. I made it. There we go. Is this ever gonna end? It was longer than I'm used to. Whoops. Yeah, like I need extra lives. I need power-ups. Freaking crazy. You haven't watched Game of Thrones Pacific? Well, I am amazed, because that show, that final season ruins the whole show. And the first three seasons are some of the best television I've ever seen. Because those first three books are some of the best reads I've ever had. Storm of Swords, book 3 of Song of Ice and Fire, one of the best books I've ever read. Stay exactly in the very center of the abyss when you jump down. Okay. Yeah, I've seen this crap before. How close is it gonna get? Cool. Thanks, designer guy. Okay, so I'm back in that first room. I'm just on the other side now. And here's the door to the boss. I'm guessing it's Larry. Yep, same as ever. Only difference between Larry and Iggy is that there's the fireballs jump up out of the lava this time. Yeah, I want to follow EU stuff because I've read some of the new canon novels. Some of them were really good. There was the one that was based on the Clone Wars, Ventress, Dark Disciple. That was very good. I really liked that. It was her and it was basically Ventress and Quinlan Voss teaming up to try to assassinate Dooku, and because it fails, Dooku ends up spoiler alert, kills her. Unless they retcon that, because it's what Dave Filoni does. He retcons everything now. So, I mean, I guess the books are canon, but I guess those books might be canon. I don't know. It's hard to tell with the Lucasfilm Story Group because, it's all fictional anyway, according to Mr. Matt Martin. So, who knows what the hell they're thinking of. Them, it's just a job. Okay. They don't care. Why should a paying customer? Like, first season, going back to Game of Thrones, first season, Sean Bean as Ned Stark. Great. Such a great, his absence is missed in the later seasons, but season 2, you get Stannis the Manus, you have, Davos, because you have Stannis, you get Davos, and then you get Melisandre, and you still had, Robb and Cat Stark. No, I mean, people don't like Cat Stark because of she's mean to Jon Snow and stuff, because she's your typical stepmother, or that doesn't really approve of another person's kid. Just how it is. I'm not saying it's right, but in Game of Thrones, bastards are looked on with distrust. People are like, wait a minute, Ned Stark would never do anything like that. And, those people that, because it's hinted in the books that Ned Stark wouldn't do anything like that, fans figured out that, R plus L equals J. And that plot point went exactly nowhere. It was only to make a certain mommy of Dragon's dad the very last couple episodes. I mean, I literally thought, I know a lot of people don't like Daenerys. I actually liked, I didn't like her a lot, but I was still invested in her story. I rooted for all the characters to have, happy endings and stuff. Or to have some sort of not a bittersweet ending, whether, Jon or Daenerys would survive. Season 7, they kept hinting that they were going to get married, and that never happened. So I don't know if they just, Dan and Dave just kind of forgot that they introduced that more than once in the season. And nobody expected the White Walkers to lose that initial battle in Winterfell. Everybody was thinking they were going to, fall back to King's Landing. Because in the books, nobody in King's Landing or any of the Southern Kingdoms believe any of the stuff that's going on north of the Wall. So that would have been a great, comeuppance of the younger kingdoms, and they have to all band together to, deal with this existential threat. That's what people were looking forward to, and that's why, people were disappointed. Me being one of them, I was just like, I read the books, And George just came back from a trip, and he's continuing writing Winds of Winter. So it's already been over 10 years since he published a book in that series. Whoops. Yeah, because they took books 4 and 5, which was originally supposed to be one book. They split it between different characters and different, geography, And they took that and they combined it into one season. And then they took other elements and put them in later. Like Jaime Lannister and all that stuff with the river run. That all happens before Jon Snow gets, stabbed. The very last thing in the book, one of the last things with Jon Snow in the book was that he got stabbed. He was about to go fight the Boltons. Ramsay sends the pink letter, that letter saying, I have, Mance Rayder is a hostage, because in the books, Mance Rayder's not dead. He was made to look like a guy, he was made to look like someone else through Melisandre's, illusionary magic. Or I forget what they call it in Song of Ice and Fire. Glamour or something. But yeah, that's where Jon Snow's story is left off, and so he's been dying. He's been dead by the wall for over a decade now. And in 8 months, it will be the time between books 5 and 6 will surpass the time between books 3 and books 5, because it took 5 years. It took roughly 4.5 years between Storm of Swords book 3 and Feast for Crows 2005. And then Dance with Dragons came out, took another 6 years to come out with Dance with Dragons. So roughly 10 years and 8 months. And I think in about 8 months we're going to surpass, the time between Storm of Swords and Dance with Dragons. Which just baffles me. I was expecting it to be we all expected it to be released in 2015. That's how crazy this is. Because he thought he was going to finish it before season 6. George, and he didn't. And he had that long little email. He had that long blog about. Not finishing, and asking fans to feel sorry for him and stuff. So I'm just wondering what the hell he's been doing all these years. I mean, it's been 5 years since he wrote that. It's been over 5.5 years since he wrote that letter. Crap. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't. I mean, those books are amazing. Like, Dan and Dave forgets plot points, but George does not. Like, things that I forgot as a reader, George points out and reminds the reader that these characters still are alive, they exist, and they're still dangerous and stuff. And there's lots of lore. There's stories within stories of Song of Ice and Fire, and it's all done from the different points of views of, Arya, Jaime Lannister, Daenerys, Jon Snow, Bran, Tyrion, all those characters. Davos. I mean, Davos is going to an island up in the north to pick up or to get Rickon Stark. Rickon Stark is the youngest Stark. He was the one that got killed by Ramsay in season 6. In the book, he's only 4 or 5 years old. So he's on an island of cannibals with Osha. At least that's where they believe. And Davos is tasked by Sir Wyman or Sir Lord Manderley, the lord, the too fat to ride a horse lord in the north, who still has a bone to pick with all the Freys because his youngest son was killed at the Red Wedding. All the northern houses have a bone to pick with the Boltons and the Freys. So there's a lot of building tension in Dance with Dragons because they're all cooped up in Winterfell, because while Stannis is marching on Winterfell, in the books, there's a major snowstorm, a major blizzard. It's like, if you've ever seen Hateful Eight, that's how the blizzard was. That's how the blizzard should have been depicted in Game of Thrones, and we never got that. We never got that. No, I have never read the Dwarf series by Marcus Heights. I never heard of it. A lot of stuff I don't know. Part of being Nerdporial is to learn all this stuff. Son of a gun. Oh my gosh. He gets outsmarted by Sansa, and like, he would not have fallen for that. He would not, I'm telling you, he would not have fallen for their little trap. Littlefinger always had people behind him, secretly behind him, they paid off to make sure that he was, always, protected and stuff. And he always gave them a lot of money. And the reason why, I mean, they can't do, Tyrion would not even go after him, and Tyrion was the hand of the king in season 2. Because Tyrion did not know who was in Littlefinger's pocket. If he would have made a move against Littlefinger, his life could have been forfeit. Somebody would have probably killed him in his sleep or something. And plus, he didn't know how, you don't know who was working for who, so you have to be super careful. So it was easy for him to get rid of, Janos Slynt. He's the one that killed the baby and stuff. He was one of the Kingsguard, he's the one that betrays Ned Stark. He was able to send him away and kill his lieutenant, Alardine. Alardine's in the book, he's not in the show. But Alardine's the one that actually did the deed and killed, Infant. So they both got exiled to the Wall. And Tyrion, being he's a slightly more wicked character, and in the books. He tells Bronn and whoever they hired that's taking them to or shipping them to Winterfell, or shipping them to the Wall, that maybe Alardine will have an accident on board and he might accidentally wash up in the sea, stuff like that. And Tyrion, you didn't want to fuck with. Excuse my language. Excuse me, sorry. Don't mess with. Isaac Asimov, I have the first Foundation book I have to read. Someone recommended that to me a long time ago, and I've always been meaning to read it, but I haven't read them. I haven't read a lot lately. I read a lot, like, when my father passed away 6 years ago, 7 years ago now. I started reading a lot of books. Song of Ice and Fire Song of Ice and Fire literally kindled my desire to read. So I read those, and then I read Stephen King books. I read my my one buddy who can't be here with us. He's a big Stephen King guy, so he got me to read Dark Tower. Dark Tower, the first 4 books are good, but the last few are not the best. One book was fine. It was basically what do you call it? It was like Seven Samurai and meets science fiction and androids and stuff. But it's basically defending a town against, like, these bad, you know, these bad androids and stuff. Get out of the way, dude. And I can't do my spin. You. Oh, cool. Yeah, I thought about your siblings also. I was like, uh-oh, I don't wanna. Are they younger than teenagers? I'm assuming they are. Doing what, like 8, 9 or something? Yeah, don't answer that. But yeah. I liked Littlefinger. I was really wondering how, like, I was really curious about him and Varus, like what was going to ultimately happen to him and Varus. I was expecting something big to happen to Varus, but nothing really big happened. Daenerys just burned him. I'm like, not great. I mean, you got a dumb ending, and so did Littlefinger. Because these characters were too good for Dan and Dave. They didn't know how to end them. I don't think George knows how the characters are gonna live or die like he claims he knows. I don't think he does, because it's just such a mess. Elementary school age? Okay. Alright. I'd say probably already swear and stuff. Yeah, one time I forgot something I was in 7th grade. One time I forgot something in the lunchroom. And I was literally in front of the class, and I literally said, "Oh shit." And the whole class tattled on me, and I couldn't have any recess because of that. It's weird as I never forgot that. This is tough. Yeah, I started swearing between 5th and 6th grade. I went to day camp and stuff during the summer, Chicago Park District. All the 11, 12-year-olds, they all swore. They swore a lot. They swore. One time they swore at a policeman. We all had to like write a card saying we're sorry and stuff. I wasn't part of it. I was one of the good ones. Yeah, I try not to cuss when I'm playing games like Mario and stuff, because like videos like for Mario, Zelda and stuff, because as far as I'm concerned, they're family friendly. And the same with Star Trek. The only time I ever swore in a video was my Alien stuff, because those are R-rated. It's just, everything is becoming, you know, they're swearing in Star Trek now, and it's getting too much for me. Oh, okay. Just not in videos? Okay. I don't know how the drinker gets away with it. He swears in his videos. Everybody else, like, you know, they have to, like, you know, censor themselves. I hit this above one. Alright, let's take a different approach. I keep making the same mistake. Yeah, I got far. Good. Okay, that was a little unfair, but like they say, life is seldom fair. How many of these are there? Oh, I made it! Awesome. Oh, crap, that's pretty fun. Alright. Oh, crap. Oh, made it. What is over here? Oh, nothing. Oh, come on. You're gonna put that there, you have to have something there. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I never try not to swear in chat. Always, if I put a word, I put like, you know, different characters. Cool, I don't have to wait. I have to start over. Come on. Yeah, that's, life can be cruel. Actually, I don't even know true cruelty. This game is punishing. This is trippy. That was not too bad. That was not too shabby. Ah, I like this. I like these, Oh, this is gonna be fun. Join Mark for a dock? That would be special. What do you mean dock? Well, nice to support you. You were nice on Mark's stream. Oh, well, thank you. I'm just, I try to be nice. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, I like to say hello to people. I mean, I've been kind of an outsider most of my social life, you know? I kind of know how it is, so, you know, I like to be friendly to people, and, I mean, I've learned to be more outgoing. I used to be, you know, I used to be nervous to say hello to people. People used to be mean. People generally didn't receive me well. But then again, they were kids, because they're mean in general. I had a lot of Cubs friends. I live on the north side of Chicago, I live on the northwest side of Chicago, so really close to O'Hare Airport. Right by the suburbs. I work in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. You ain't gonna get me. I think going left is better than going right. Going right is too hard. I'll do this again. Oh, hi Lawrence, I didn't realize you were in the chat. I've been too focused on playing this final level, just kicking my butt. Good to see you. Good to see you, Lawrence. Exactly. You know, that's exactly how I feel too. Now let's try and get past this. This looked a lot of fun, but this is tough. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I got it, got it. I have to actually literally try to stay with the, I have to stay with the, bar as it's moving. Now this next part's gonna be tough. Made it. Made it. In Chicago has a baseball team? Yeah, isn't Chicago the place of baseball? Oh wait, no, maybe that's Boston. There we go. Oh, I forgot how this goes. Alright, now this is pretty much in the can now. I know how to play this part. Goes in a curve initially. That's how well I know this game. And he throws out the Mecha Koopas. I do have a confession though. On my videos, I download other people's gameplay footage. Like a lot of YouTubers use their own, they do their own captured footage for their videos. I have not done that. I'm still learning. I want to do that for future stuff though. Oh, come on. Drops a bowling ball at ya. And he just goes in a straight line, stays on the same level. It was interesting seeing a 16-bit version of Bowser in the, Mario Maker. The Mario Maker game. It would have been interesting if he actually would have made the fight harder and stuff. Now he's gonna try and stomp you. Mamma mia. Yeah, it took me a while to get used to Mario having a voice and, you know, reacting to things. I'm saying, well, Mamma Mia, he said in the animated show, back in, you know, the Mario Super Show. Alright, he's gone. Well, that's the end of the game. I do have to admit, though, even though I've only watched baseball a handful of times in my life, I did watch the Cubs in the World Series. This I had to see for myself. 2016, 108 years of not winning a World Series and stuff. So many lifetimes, so many people live entirely without, you know, Cubs winning. We got to see that. I went downtown, took the day off, went downtown, hung out with friends. Everybody was going crazy, climbing on, like, you know, light posts downtown by the lake and stuff. Ridiculous. Bowser's his American name. He's just called Koopa. Koopa is his Japanese name. That's why in and they never call him Bowser in the Mario Brothers Super Show. He's just called Koopa. He's just called Koopa in Japan. But then, of course, Nintendo, in their direct made a joke, because, the head of Nintendo of America now, his name is Doug Bowser. And so they made the joke, and they're referring to him instead of, their Bowser, or Mario's Bowser. So, yeah, it's cringe. A lot of Nintendo stuff now is cringe. They're just not announcing good stuff. It's all crap. It's shovelware and... Like in the March Nintendo Direct, the only thing I looked forward to was the remake or the report of the remaster of Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and that came out a decade ago, 2011. I just got my copy last week. I haven't even opened it yet because I've been working on Link to the Past retrospective. I'm either working on my videos or I'm watching other YouTubers. I remember when I was in college, it was 2005 when the White Sox won the World Series. I was living in the dorm, so everybody was going crazy when they won. Like, the entire dorm went crazy. Because the UIC is, like, not quite south side, but it's north, like, it's not too far from, IIT and White Sox, the US Cellular stuff, or Comiskey. And yeah, people were just screaming on the streets. People were driving around with brooms, because the 4-game sweep and stuff. So I wasn't even really paying attention. I was just doing my homework. My roommate was watching the game, and they just won. And so a lot of the Cubs fans, a couple of my neighbors who were Cubs fans, were not happy about that. I was just like, wow, real killjoys. But oh well. I don't know what it's like. So yeah, so I will make you guys Sadukar, Austin, Jeremy Swigs. I'll make you guys wrenches. You guys stayed on long enough, so I don't know how to do it from here. So I'm just going to I'll do it afterwards. I'll do it when I'm just looking at my YouTube studio and stuff. And congratulations, I'm giving you power. Power to determine things in the chat. By the way, go Guardians. So yeah, click on the link and join my Discord if you haven't already. If you can see it. And that's the end of the game. I mean, I didn't complete everything, but getting late, and well, I appreciate you guys being on. So I haven't thought about what my next game's gonna be. So I want to step it up and learn how to capture stuff on the Switch and maybe PlayStation and stuff. Maybe try to play Dark Souls. That's gonna take what? I'm a mod for a few channels. I do want it. Okay, no, that's fine. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a good attitude to have. I mean, be happy for a person. There's a lot of people come from different backgrounds, we have different likes and stuff. Gotta respect, which is a problem with a lot of people on the internet. So, I mean, My rule is you keep it. If you disagree with somebody, start a conversation. Try to understand why they feel the way. Try to communicate with them why they ask them why they feel that way, and then you can share how you feel. That's at least that's how I see it. That's how I think adults should see it. I mean, I agree. If there's a lot of overgrown children online now, so but it's easy to fall into that. You get very you get very emotionally. You feel you're right. And you have to pounce that person. I know I've fallen into that trap. I'm sure we all have at some point. So um so yeah, I mean yeah. So once again, I appreciate it. You guys you guys can following anything lately, movies or shows besides everyone's talking about He-Man, obviously. Any games, anything to do? Well, I mean, yeah, I've been watching. I haven't. I mean, I just try. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch any new video comes up from Critical Drinker or I'm into film analysis because I've taken film study in college, so I listen to Collative Learning. He's one that I listen to regularly. He talks a lot about Stanley Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick's just like a darling when it comes to film analysis. Um, people because like he doesn't like he has so many things in his movies, and there's no explanation why like he made the decisions that he made to put things in there, like The Shining or 2001. Like there's all these slow sequences, and it's always up to the viewer. At least according to Kubrick, it's always up to the viewer what to do or how to interpret it. So mostly very visual medium and stuff. So all that. I just watched The Defector. That's the TNG episode. I wanted to get back into TNG and watch an episode. So I want to start watching Star Trek. I want to watch some Star Trek. There's a lot of movies I want to see. They talked about True Romance. I've never seen True Romance. I have to watch True Romance. Yes, Kubrick is scary. I mean, you watch 2001, and it's almost like a horror movie because of the choice of chorus that he plays, especially in all the segments with the monolith and all the unknown alien aspects of the movie. He plays unsettling music stuff, and it's almost like a slasher. I mean, how's a killer in that movie? They redeem him in 2010, the 1984 film, but yeah, 2001, he's a bad guy. Game wise, I'm gonna start Skyward Sword. So I mean, the only games I played so far is one I've been playing the streaming so far. I might play Link to the Past next since I finally did the video and stuff. I might try and play that next. I'll have to think about what I'm gonna play next. I'm glad you guys. I mean, I'm glad you guys are enjoying my streams and stuff. I'm still new to this, and I'm just happy I haven't run out of things to say yet. So, um, luckily I had that Lou Malnati's pizza that hasn't disagreed with me yet, so I'm thankful I didn't have to leave I didn't have to leave or interrupt everything to go. So, Chuck and Psych. I have a friend that watched Chuck. I've never seen Chuck. Like I mean I know Chuck's about a guy like a tech guy that becomes like a secret agent or stuff. He gets stumbles into being a secret agent by accident or something. But yeah, shows that I plan to cover when they come out again. Um, I do want to cover the final season of The Expanse. I want to cover the next season whenever that comes of The Orville, Seth MacFarlane's true. I mean, more true Star Trek than I mean. I would rather have the new Star Trek just blatantly plagiarize Star Trek. I don't want them to plagiarize Star Wars. I don't want them to plagiarize Alien or Iron Man or The Matrix or Battlestar Galactica. I don't want it to be dark. I mean, if it's going to be dark, you have to be dark. It has to make sense. If you're going to make it dark, it's got to be kind of like Time. It still has to have that, hopeful element. mean, Deep Space Nine was a more cynical show with slightly more cynical characters that like each other. Everybody hated Quark. Garrick nobody trusted because Garrick is a spy and a liar. But yeah, if you haven't watched Deep Space Nine or Babylon 5, those are two epic science fiction shows. Will keep you on the edge of your seat. Like Babylon 5, I mean, that show got ripped off in the game series Mass Effect. Like the Reapers are rip off of the Shadows, and the Reapers indoctrinate people. It's almost the same with the Shadows. They capture people and they use people as basically fuel sources. And that, I mean, the Matrix kind of ripped that off too in a way. So the only way to fight the Shadows is with telepaths. Telepaths in Babylon 5 as well. So, but it's an epic show that builds up over every season. I mean, there's so much conflict, so much things going on. The characters are awesome. They're smart, and they're believable, and they're likable. You want to root for them. That's what a good show has. Good characters that you want to root for. You want to see them come out on top and just do awesome stuff. And I can't say the new Star Trek or any of the Disney Plus shows have been like that. And I'll be honest, I think The Mandalorian isn't. I saw it. First thing that was off-putting was the music. I thought the music didn't belong. But then again, they're trying to make it a poor man's Morricone. Or a hippies version of Morricone. Ennio Morricone, who did all the music for all the spaghetti westerns, like Fistful of Dollars, Once Upon a Time in the West, Once Upon a Time in America. And Ennio Morricone, may rest in peace, is great freaking composer. But yeah, the Mandalorian, and then I realized wasn't really. I mean, I like Baby Yoda and all that, but it just didn't really have any effective villains. I mean, season 1 was okay because I thought they introduced Moff Gideon really late. So and he seemed like a threat, like he was able to ride pilot TIE fighter. And then you find out he has the saber. And in season 2, he just gets beaten down by. I mean, no offense. I mean, I know everybody likes Carano, but he got beaten down easily by Gina Carano, like an idiot. I'm like, I want a Vader villain. I want a Vader-like villain again. I want a villain that will, be in the room and will suck the life out of it. That's how threatening and evil they are. 80s had very good villains. 70s, 80s had very good villains. Now villains are just nothing but jokes now. Nobody can be a villain. Everybody's a joke now. If you're bad, then you're just, everybody just laughs. I miss that. I miss having good villains because that raises the tension to a minimum. I mean, not minimum. It raises attention to the ceiling. I think the OT was effective because you had Vader, you had good villains. Vader and Tarkin in the original Star Wars, in the Death Star was, you didn't mess with them. Yeah, and then it was written by Filoni and stuff, and there was like episode where nothing happened. I'm like, you have 8 episodes, you can easily write things to do, and few of the episodes nothing happens. There was the one where they padded out, them capturing Baby Yoda, and then there was the one where they get stuck on the ice asteroid or something. So yeah, I mean, I don't think Disney Star Wars is gonna get better anytime soon. They're more certainly not that interesting. And I mean, they took their legacy characters and they did away with them. And they didn't. And I don't think they even. Honestly, I would have done it differently. You give them. I mean, they've been with people for decades, and people have developed strong feelings for them. You don't just murder Han Solo the way you did, and he falls down the abyss like a villain. That's how the Emperor dies. That's how Krug in Star Trek 3 dies, or the Joker in Batman '89. I mean, villains die that way. They fall, and you don't see them again. Fall into the abyss to be forgotten. I mean, I think that's what it is. And then, I mean, you did that to Han Solo. I mean, I don't know if that was supposed to be saying something or something, but Harrison Ford wanted it, but Harrison Ford's an idiot. I like it, and I have to watch. I have to do my Raiders of the Lost Ark review. I have to write that. I have to rewatch the movie. I'm going to have to take note of everything that's going on. so I could do proper plot analysis. And I'm gonna have to research like the history of Indiana Jones and where that came from, like what particular serials in the 30s and 40s that George Lucas was thinking of when he came up with the concept. So we'll see about that. So I think I'm getting kind of tired now. As Forrest Gump would say, I think I'm going to go home, even though I am home. And on my talking on my I'm using my dresser as a desk right now. So my laptop, I have a mic, a Yeti mic, a blue Yeti mic, and my cell phone, my phone. So, thanks, Ara. Aren't you busy? Shouldn't you be paying attention to what you're doing out in the gentleman's place? Yeah, he did deserve better. I mean, just fighting, or taking a bullet for his son would have been, I think, a better ending for Han than just getting murdered by his. Like, how do you come back from that? And there was barely a redemption. There's barely a redemption for Kylo Ren. I mean, he just forgave himself. Stuff. Ray kind of forgot that he did that, even though she saw that. I'll be honest, I'm with Mark Hamill on this. They should have all been there if he died, and it should have been more noble. Like I mean, they say Luke Skywalker did have a noble death. He died of a force overdose, and then Carrie Fisher, Leia, rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. Leia died of a overdose too. I don't even know why they kept her alive. That was the one thing that baffled me. I thought when she got sucked out into space in Last Jedi, I thought she was gonna die. I thought she was dead. I thought that's what they were gonna do with her. And then she comes back. I'm like, oh. I mean, I didn't have. I know everybody had an issue with space Leia Poppins and stuff. I actually did not because I don't know. I thought. I mean, Carrie Fisher was one of the few celebrity deaths I actually felt really upset about. The other two deaths that really upset me was Robin Williams, and because of how Robin Williams went. He was a big Zelda fan. He was a big Evangelion fan. He was a nerd too, and of course, he pretty much made Aladdin. I mean, he was the best part of Aladdin. I mean, Aladdin, the genie was written for him. I mean, he's just one of probably the funniest comedians ever. I mean, I think he's almost impossible to imitate. I don't know any other comedian that can imitate Robin Williams, how he did his humor. He was all over the place. But Robin Williams and Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy, because a long history of Star Trek. I got into Star Trek as an 11-year-old, and I saw the movies first before I saw episodes from here and there. I remember the Khan episode where a guy in a red outfit takes over the ship and he nearly beats Kirk. Kirk beats him. That was Khan. And the arena episode with the Gorn, the green creature that Kirk was forced to fight, on a planetoid. I saw those, and my dad always talked about his favorite episode was the one where Kirk fights Spock, and it took me a long time to figure out which one that was until I realized, oh, it's Amok Time, and that's made fun of in like everything. Futurama, it's made Galaxy Quest, I think. I don't remember. And I think Jim Carrey himself was humming the fight tune in the Cable Guy. So that's a really popular episode. But yeah, in episode 9 just killed my interest in the sequel trilogy. The way that ended, and literally the day after I took those, and I took my Game of Thrones Blu-rays back. The Blu-ray stores would not take Game of Thrones because it was 6 months later, and everybody got rid of their Blu-rays for that. They're like, we got an influx of too many Blu-rays, so I just donated them. I wanted them out of my sight. That's how bad it was. So instead of going back to watching Game of Thrones, I just go back and watch, Gary and Tupac doing their rants about episodes 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that always cracks me up every time I listen to them. That's how I started listening to them, and I started getting. Then once I started my channel, I started listening to all the smaller YouTubers and stuff. So I'm looking forward to extending out and starting discussions and stuff, live streams with people, and talk stuff. So I'm trying to figure out whether or not like I want to have people on for like for Halloween Kills. I don't know if any of you guys like the Halloween films. I love the original Halloween film from 1978, and I did like 2018's Halloween. I just the only drawback was Jamie Lee Curtis was a little too crazy, like she is in real life, and that whole thing with the doctor and wearing Michael Myers stuff that was out of left field. But I'm looking forward to Halloween Kills. It's too bad they, you know, delayed that a year because of an unspecified, unspecified pathogen country with Disney character with a Disney Pooh Bear. Um, but yes, was so I'm looking forward to that. I want to talk about that. I'm just wondering if I should do like a review video or if I should do a live stream. Just have people on and talk about it. Geek Blend, a good channel that I follow. He is into it. So I was thinking of extending an olive branch to him, starting and then maybe starting a live stream or something with that. I think for that I would have to have StreamYards for having live stream discussions and stuff. Whereas right now I'm using OBS for playing games and not having to show my face. So. No, Bonfire episode was not the episode you expressed happiness. That was This Side of Paradise from season one. That was the one where they go to the planet, and for some reason, the planet is uninhabitable. There's these rays, there's these very dangerous rays from the sun in that system, the Omicron SETI system, that can basically kill people if they stay there for too long. Okay, in other words, very bad sunburn. But there's this plant that's on the planet that they find, and it puffs like these little petals into people's faces, and it makes them kind of high. They're high, and they just don't care about anything, and they just want to, do stuff to each other and just, enjoy the land. They get turned. It's like a plant that literally turns them into hippies. It was obviously play on drugs and stuff, but it's a big plant, stuff in your face, and it does that to Spock. He gets lured. It's almost like a body snatchers type situation where the people lure, people who are not, with the program to the plant, and then the plant, it's like almost like a pandemic. It's almost like a pandemic on its own. And Spock gets in the gets in the face with it, and he just starts laughing. And he calls Kirk, like says, "Kirk, we have to straighten you out." And Kirk's like, "Are you out of your mind? I ordered you to report to me. What's going on?" And then McCoy was like, he's like, McCoy's like making a mint julep because he's Southern, so he's reverting his Southern, his Southern doctor, Southern country doctor thing and stuff. So and Kirk's the last one on the planet, and the only way to break the spell of these plants is to make them all angry. So he gets Spock angry, and so they have a little fight in the transporter room, and you have to get angry enough for the spores. It's the spores. That's the effect. They call it the spores, the plants and stuff. And the spores lose their influence when you get angry. So they rig a device to shoot out like some radio beam that will, or something that will allow them to basically all get pissed off and start fighting each other to the point where they eventually get free of the thing. So, and that's the episode. That was the episode with when the first time Spock ever been happy. But yeah, Spock did get happy at the end of Amok Time too when he saw Jim, and then he denies it. And then of course McCoy's like, of course McCoy has to point it out, and Spock of course denies it. He's like, yes, it was perfectly logical. Pig's eye. Yeah, yeah. Once you talk about Star Trek, I can talk about it for a long time. So I could talk about it for a long time. That's how well I know the original series. That's why the original series, my layman's guide, was the second video I ever wanted to do. I don't know a lot of people that like the original other than myself. I mean, my brothers watch it. My brother, because of my much younger brother, got into Star Trek because I've been watching it, but he's more into Next Generation. I don't blame him. Next Generation technically is a better show. Can I say something less taxing to talk? I don't know what you. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, I mean, not everybody likes neurotic. I understand that. He likes to point out, he likes to point out a lot of the crap that's been going on in Hollywood lately. And I mean, I know a lot of people want to, enjoy stuff, but not everybody enjoys a lot of the stuff that's been coming out lately. And I'm kind of less. I agree with a lot of the stuff he says. I don't agree with everything he says. And the stuff that I don't even follow the stuff. I mean, I just find it funny, zany. But his Lord of the Rings videos, I think, are very good. I think are that's me. I mean, one of my friends, does not like it at all. So I mean, I understand a lot of people are coming from. So I try to be. I just don't want to. I like to, I like to hear people out. People have different opinions. Yeah, I respect them. You don't have to agree with them. Have a conversation. And I mean, people will make up a lot of stuff about people. That's the thing. You have to be able to gauge. Just because somebody says something about somebody doesn't make it true. Like people say Gary is racist and stuff. I don't think he's racist at all. There's no indication in any of the videos. I watch a lot of his content. There's no indication of that. So that's just me. Um, yeah, DS9. My friend, yeah, and then there's my friend Gary. He's a not neurotic, but my friend Gary, a mutual friend of ours. He's a big Star Trek fan too. Deep Space Nine's his favorite. He met Garrick because he's a horror fan too. He met Garrick. He met Andrew Robinson. He met Avery Brooks. I don't know if he met. I know he met Andrew Robinson. I know he met Avery Brooks, and it's just freaking awesome. I only I had a picture taken with Shatner, Mr. Shatner, 2018 when he came. He was promoting. I mean, he was kind of promoting himself, but he was like he would come. They would show a screening of Wrath of Khan, and then he would come out and talk about. He would talk a little bit about the movie, but he would also talk about like because he breeds horses, but he also breeds dogs too. So he told a story. He told a little sad story about one of the dogs that he bred and had to put down stuff. It's sad, but my gosh, like the room was he can hold a room. He was 88. He was 87 at the time, or 87 or 80. He was 87. He was right before he turned 88, and he just held the room. Like people were laughing, like people who weren't laughing at the humor in Star Trek 2 were laughing at him when people when he was making his jokes and when he was talking and stuff. People were laughing at him like it was like the funniest thing ever. But he is the funniest thing ever. His latest tweet was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Someone asked him like, "How do you look so good for being 90 years old?" He's like, He literally says, "I bathe in the blood of trolls. I bathe in the blood of a lot of trolls." And I'm assuming it's Twitter trolls because he gets a lot of crap. Oh no, yeah. I mean, I here's the thing. I mean, I don't believe you don't say anything bad about anybody. You don't talk bad about people, gossip. It's just bad. I mean, people. I mean, subscribers. We share. We A lot of people share subscribers, and people follow different people. I mean, I don't like to. I'm not in the business of talking. That's just me. I like to talk about things I like to do, or a lot of things, my content that I like to talk about, or like I look really into Nintendo. I'm in the Star Trek. I like to talk about stuff. I might hit up. I will eventually do a Star Wars sequel trilogy video. All the problems with that. I'm definitely going to do a Star Trek versus New Trek video. So those are going to be slightly more spicy, but I have to figure out how to approach that properly. Stuff. No holds, no mercy, something like that. Go the Cobra Kai route. That's a great show too. I might cover season 4. I really enjoyed seasons 1. I watched all of season 1 in a day. I watched season 2 in a day, and I watched season 3 in a couple of days. I just like how they're bringing more and more people from the movies in. Too bad Pat Morita passed away back in '05. Because I mean, yeah, but I mean, despite Mr. Miyagi's absence, he's still a big part of the show, which is which is very impressive because once they killed off Han Solo, he was really they no longer talked about him. He was no longer part of the until they brought him in at the last minute so that Kylo Ren could forgive himself. It was basically all the same lines that they said in Force Awakens. My son's alive, blah blah blah. And I was just like, oh come on. And then bringing back the Emperor was like the dumbest thing in the world. They had the opportunity to bring Plagueis into the picture. They could have made Snoke Plagueis. That would have made sense. I would have believed that. That would have not broken my verisimilitude. That would have been awesome. But they killed him like an idiot. They killed him like an idiot, like they killed Littlefinger. And what was left was not very interesting. And seeing how the Emperor died in Rise of Skywalker, I rewatched Revenge of the Sith not too long ago, and I was just thinking when Yoda lost to Palpatine, he got his saber blasted out of his hand. I'm like, it's too bad Yoda did not have a second lightsaber just to collect all that stuff back at him. Oh, oh well, I guess Rey is the best ever. And this He-Man show, this looks like Neela or Tila or whatever his name, like, and she's gonna be the best ever too. So we'll see. Um, so yeah, my butt's turned, so I want to get back and chill, watch stuff. So I appreciate you guys staying on and chatting with me. Um, so I thought I just feel that oh, I didn't even read the thing. Star Trek series. Oh, for me it's TOS. TOS is my favorite, and then Deep Space Nine, and then TNG, or maybe Enterprise. Enterprise or TNG. I know everybody. Enterprise gets really good season 3 and season 4 is one of the best Star Trek seasons. Up there with season 3, TNG. It's up there with season 1 of TOS. Season 1 of TOS is my favorite Star Trek season of all. Season 4 of TNG was good. Season 4 of Voyager was very good. Seasons 5 and 6. Season 6 might be. I think season 6 might. Season 5, 6. Seasons 3 to season 7 are all good. I think season 6 might be the best Deep Space Nine season. Pacific, what's your favorite Deep Space Nine season? I'm assuming it's season 6 because season 6 has Sacrifice of Angels. That fleet battle. That fleet battle is freaking awesome. The only problem with season 7 was they just reused that fleet battle from Sacrifice of Angels, 6th episode of the season, because the first 6 episodes were basically first 6 episodes in the season 5 finale was a 7-episode arc where they lose Deep Space Nine to the Dominion, and that's where the war with the Dominion starts. So yeah, Star Trek Deep Space Nine leads into a war, major interstellar war, with an enemy that's stronger than the Federation, the Klingons, and the Romulans combined. I mean, they're not. I don't think they're nearly as threatening as the Borg, but they're up there. Like, their weapons penetrate the shields really easily. They're harder to kill. The Jem'Hadar, the soldiers, they're bred, and so they're basically like they're completely expendable, and then they get rebred and stuff. So they breed them, like they mass produce soldiers. The leaders of the Dominion are the founders, and they're liquid people. They're shapeshifters. And the Vorta, there's nothing special about the Vorta except they're cloned and stuff. I don't know what's they're the administrators. So, but that's the Dominion. And then they get the Cardassians join them. Whoops, get the Cardassians to join. That was the big twist of season 5, middle of season 5, and then they get in the very last minute they get the Breen to join. So I thought the Breen was a wasted opportunity. I don't even know why they brought him in the show in the very last 10-episode finale. The season finale or the series finale of Deep Space Nine was 10 episodes long. It was serialized. The last 10 episodes were serialized. So. But yeah, TNG and Voyager, Search Part 2, Part 1, Part 2. Yeah, we have a word for that. We call that murder. Murder, or whatever you choose to call it, is none of our concern. That's what the female founder says at the end of that episode. very chilling, because I mean I knew where it was all going to go, but yeah, that episode, the Search Part 1 and 2 with the season 2 finale, the Jem'Hadar, was pretty freaking cool. Like they establish how like a small little Jem'Hadar ship can destroy a Galaxy class ship. Only a couple of those little ships can destroy a Galaxy class starship with ease, and plus they do kamikaze runs. So they're not only, so like it further cements my saying that they're expendable and they know it and they don't care. B5, great series. Best episode, best moment of B5, Londo and Jakar in the elevator. And Londo and Jakar just laughs at him. This is at the height of, the Londo's people murdering Jakar's people. I think of Israeli and Palestinian as my real life parallel to their conflict. This was the mid-90s, so there was a lot of things going on. So, the Defiant is awesome. Seeing the Defiant, I have a little surprise. The Dominion, when Cisco says that, just like, ooh, it just got my. Let's just say something. It raised a lot of good feelings. I miss that about shows now. Oh, Sadukar, yeah, I totally agree. Babylon 5, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how good it would be until got to season 3. It got so good in season 4. Oof. I mean, Walter Koenig's best role is not Chekhov in TOS, but Fester, the evil telepath Nazi slash Gestapo. Like, he literally wears black leather. He wears a black suit, like it's like an S. He's a telepath, like, hunter. So think of the Jew hunter from that Christoph Waltz plays in Inglourious Bastards. He's basically a telepath hunter, because telepaths they're kind of like the Jews in the Holocaust. They have to register with the Psi Corps. The Psi Corps is a branch of the Earth Federation, or the Earth government, and the Earth government is a villain in Babylon 5. Earth becomes bad. They become totalitarian. The media, they suppress the media, and then they replace the media with fake news and stuff. So, and then you find out that the Earth government was doing business with the Shadows. The Shadows were manipulating them. That's why the Earth became bad, was because the Shadows did business with them, and they became bad as. Or maybe it was before, I don't remember. Or maybe they did business with them because they were bad, and especially President Clark was very ambitious. But that was the big season 1 twist, was Earth government was, bad things were happening. Coup d'etats were happening. And they had so many appearances from other Star Trek actors, some guest stars. You had Michael Ansira came in. He plays an awesome character. I forget who he plays, like a tech wizard or something. You had Majel Barrett came in. She plays a Centauri, another Centauri, kind of like the same race as Londo. The actor that plays Judson Scott, the actor that plays Khan's second in command in Wrath of Khan, Joaquin or something. He was in an episode. I'm trying to think who else. Oh, Paul Winfield, who plays Captain Terrell in Wrath of Khan, plays Dr. Franklin's dad, who was a military general. Too bad we didn't see him during any of the Shadow War stuff for the fight against Earth. Paul Winfield is such a great actor. He's freaking awesome. Freaking awesome in Wrath of Khan. Who else from Star Trek was that one? Well, obviously Walter Koenig was a recurring role as Bester, the Gestapo Psi Corps hunter guy. So anytime a telepath ran away, he had to come out and find them. And telepaths can scan people and stuff, so people were always wary of telepaths. Telepaths kind of became their own. Nobody liked telepaths because telepaths can scan you and they can do that, but people don't realize that telepaths themselves suffer because they don't have a quiet mind. Like, they don't. It's not just their thoughts. They're thinking everybody else's thoughts too. Like, you're in a room with a whole lot of noise. It's horrible after a while, and you can't shut it off. So, oh, I'm gonna Sadukar. I'm gonna definitely do like a layman's guide to Babylon 5 too. I definitely want people to watch Babylon 5. I will definitely tell people to watch Babylon. Watch Babylon 5. It's on HBO Max. They redid the visuals. Yeah, that's right. He was in Darmok. Paul Winfield was in Darmok. That's correct. I forgot about that. That was his other Star Trek appearance. But yeah, definitely want to do a layman's guide to Babylon 5. So, but yeah, if you haven't seen it, I mean, I might do a thing where I'd recommend some episodes to watch. But if you haven't ever watched Star Trek, I started with watching the movie, so I would suggest watch my How to Watch the Six Star Trek. They'll tell you there's two episodes you gotta watch. There's Space Seed, one with Khan, because it's backstory of Wrath of Khan, obviously. To me, Wrath of Khan's really the beginning of the six films, because the first film, motion picture, as awesome as it was, as magical as with the magical, Jerry Goldsmith soundtrack, it was very Kubrick. It was a very Kubrick-esque film. It was a very Kubrick-esque film. So it's very slow, and it's very disconnected from everything else. I mean, they wanted to make the story was originally a pilot for a new Star Trek series that they were going to make in the 70s, and they just decided to go with making movies instead. Okay, Stargate. I have not seen Stargate. I have not seen Stargate. I have not seen Farscape. I have not seen Blake Seven, or the original. I saw the new Battlestar Galactica. I have not seen the original Battlestar Galactica. Some people have recommended Red Dwarf. See Red Dwarf. I still have to see Space 1999. I have seen most of Doctor Who, though. I mean, obviously there's the episodes that are missing that I haven't seen. But I really like when Roger Delgado comes in as the Master. I bought that season on Blu-ray with Third Doctor, John Pertwee. So you have him, and then you have Roger Delgado as the Master, and he's the villain in all the arcs for season 8. So I bought season 8 because Roger Delgado's Master is a treasure. He is so evil, and he's so hilarious at the same time. Like all of his plans go bad, but it's believable because he's slightly out of he's slightly it slightly goes over him. Like he loses control of the situation, and he has to team up with the Doctor to stop his own machination. See, that stuff I like. That's that type of humor I like in a villain. And then they're still bad in the end. They get away and stuff. They come back with another evil plot that will go wrong. That stuff I like. I don't like it when villains are demeaned, though. Even though they're villains, I don't like seeing them demeaned. Just kind of takes away their presence. It takes away their believability, and plus it's entertaining to watch villains see what they're capable of, because it makes you excited to see how the hero is going to beat them. And Red Dwarf is British, so Sadakar, I know you're not. I mean, you're British. You're Scottish. But yeah, that's supposed to be really funny. So Red Dwarf is a show I have to see too that everybody talks about. But yeah, going forward, Star Wars, I'm interested in the EU. I got rid of all my Disney stuff. I might keep Rogue One, but I got rid of my sequel trilogy stuff. I got rid of Star Wars Rebels. Um, I did keep Clone Wars though. Oh, I got my very first ever Funko Pop figure, and it's Khan from Spacey. I saw that they were making the Khan one with he's basically his hands are clenched. He's wearing the red outfit. He has the long black hair, and I mean, I think it would be perfect if he had the bent phaser in his hand, because he bends the phaser, he literally rips the phaser out of Kirk's hand and basically breaks it in front of him, which is so freaking awesome. because he's con 5 times its strength. But I saw the Funko Pop. It was only $20. I was like, oh, I gotta get it. So I have it on my trust. I haven't taken a good look at it yet though. But yeah, probably the only one I ever get though. Like whoever makes AC con 90s was definitely the golden age of sci-fi on television because it's become mediocre and the writing's been bad. I mean, with a good exception, 2000 and Battlestar Galactica. Sadukar sponsored. What does that mean? Yeah, Deep Space Nine had Koloth, Core, and Kang. So Kang and Koloth died in the episode they appeared in Blood Oath, and you get to see Core for a couple more appearances. He was in the episode where they look for the legendary sword of Kalis or Kaelish or however they pronounce it in Utrecht now. And then he was in an episode with during the Dominion War. You find out. Sorry, that was my accidentally hit my Roku remote. There's an episode where you find out that Core was part of the upper class, and that him and General Martok, the Klingon who's in charge of all the forces in the Dominion conflict, uh, he did not let Martok in initially because Martok came from a lower caste or a lower class neighborhood or something, and he wanted people of a particular, social status. And Core was going through dementia. He's older. He's 200-year-old Klingon. Because in Star Trek, aliens can live up to 200 years. Or so we say. Or so they say. So he has dementia, and they mock him. Martok and all of his people on his ship mock him. And because they, of course, they already established why Martok feels the way he does. And he talks to I forget who was in that episode. Was it Worf? And I think Worf stuck up for him, and then Martok tells Worf, like, you know what? I waited all my life to say that to him, and I got no pleasure from it. And when I heard that, I liked Martok even more after hearing that because I agree with that. I felt that way myself. I wanted to say things to people. You know how I felt after it? Nothing, empty. You don't talk. You just generally don't talk. You say what you want to say, and then without once again being demeaning. So that's just me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been meaning to do that. Sidney Crosby from the Blackhawks. Oh yeah, I guess they do have Funko Pops of athletes and stuff. Oh, I have to watch Sliders. That was another one everyone talks about. Sliders. I have to see Sliders. Gimli's in the Sliders, and so is the fat kid from. Well, he wasn't fat in Sliders, but the fat kid from Stand By Me. Come on, you guys, wait up for me, Jerry O'Connell. So yeah, I have to check all these things. Sci-fi is now scripted. That was always scripted. So all right. So all right, this is where I'm gonna call the night. So thank you guys for coming. I'm gonna make all you guys wrenches. So since you're being promoted, you're no longer cadets. Now you're ensign. So all right, like I say in all my videos, stay corporeal, everyone. Stay corporeal, everyone, and yeah, stay safe. Safe. And have a good rest of your week. Take care. Oh, thank you, Sadokar. I really appreciate it. Before, sorry, I didn't realize that you contributed. I have it open now. Okay, thank you so much for that. I mean, you guys, none of you guys have to contribute. I mean, I mean, I work just like you guys do. So, like, if I ever don't say anything, I mean, I appreciate this. I mean, I still have to learn how to access this stuff. I mean, I have a PayPal, but I've never used it. So, this all this stuff is new to me. So, once again, guys, thank you very much. I mean, I'd love to collaborate with you guys on stuff. If you ever want to, message me on Twitter and stuff, and I'll definitely respond. I mean, I'm not, 200, 300. I'm not big. I'm not big to the point where I can't respond to everything. I can respond to people because not a lot of people see me.